What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. If you watched last week's video, you know that we actually attempted and completed one of the iron butt challenges, the Saddle Sore 1000. Now the amount of comments, the amount of emails that I have gotten just from this video alone is astounding. People congratulating us, people telling us their personal stories, and others telling us how they're a little concerned about how they don't really know how to go about any of this. So in today's video, we're going to address some of those concerns. We're going to address some of those issues, and you're going to be able to give the bird, you're going to be able to give the middle finger to those miles. Stick around, stay tuned, and let's roll that intro. Get in a car like this and smile, there's something wrong with you. What's up everybody? Welcome back once again to the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. I'm glad each and every one of you could stop back by one more time just to see what's going on here at the garage, at the compound. And yes, we are officially back at the compound. It's been a few days and I figured that I would make a follow-up video, if you will. There has been, like I told you guys in the beginning, just an astounding amount of comments and emails that have came in wanting to know what they need to do. How do they actually need to go about this whole iron butt challenge? People want to do it, but they really don't know where to start or where to go. They know they can go to the Iron Butt Association website and check out everything, and it will tell them everything that they need to know. But there's nothing like personal experience. There's nothing like being able to talk to somebody else and get what they went through. No, my experience won't be like your experience and vice versa, but you can get some sort of ideas, and that's what we're here about today. I want to give you an abbreviation, an acronym, a 5-letter word that I've came up with that will resonate with you, that you can carry throughout this whole video and carry on to your actual challenge, whether it's the Iron Butt Challenge, the Saddle Sore 1000, Coast to Coast, whatever it may be. Now, if you'll go back to the beginning of this video, I believe I told you guys that maybe give the middle finger to the miles. You know, don't give it to the Iron Butt Association, but the miles. The miles is what the problem is. And well, it's not just the middle finger, but what else do we call it? The old bird. We want to flip the bird to those miles. Yes, you heard correctly. I said bird. Bike, you, route, day, and execute. Let's start with bike. Is your bike reliable? Is it going to be able to do the mileage? Is it going to be able to do it safely? You have to go through all of these scenarios. If it's not, well, you may have to reconsider or maybe take another bike. But if it is, then we need to go to the next step. And that's to go through it. Make sure everything's in working order, making sure that everything is where it needs to be. Put it up on a jack, check your tires, check your tire pressure, check the tread on the tires, make sure your headlights and tail lights work the way they should, your turning signals. Most importantly, your fluids. If they need changed, change them. Now's the time to do it. If they need topped off, also now's the time to do it. If your seat and your handlebars are not correct for you, you're not going to be comfortable at all. Now, I've been in the position before where I've laid down 300-400 miles and been fine. Got to the 500 and 600 mile mark and my shoulder and my butt was on fire. Why? Because I had the wrong seat, I had the wrong handlebars. So that's another thing you need to consider. If you're already riding and you're already putting down said miles and you're hurting that bad already, it's going to be rough on you. It's going to be very, very hard. So you may want to reconsider your seat and handlebar options. Next on the list is why, or you. You are the most important thing other than your bike about this whole situation. If you're not able to do what you need to do, then this is going to be a bad time. It's going to be a bad experience, and that's not what you want. You want to be able to have an awesome experience. This is a memory that you're going to have for the rest of your life. So you want to obviously complete this, but you want to complete it safely. You want to complete it as comfortably as you can. And one of the major things that I recommend, which I didn't do, is get a good night's rest before. For some of us who's super excited like myself about doing anything spontaneous, well, I know that's hard to do sometimes. You can't go to sleep and it's just a hard situation. But here's the thing, you have to do everything safely. So if you get out on the road, you've already laid down 400 or 500 miles and you just don't feel like that you can do it, don't be ashamed, back out of it, quit. Live to ride another day. Now, some people will tell you that you probably need to work yourself up to this. And while I kind of agree, you can also work your way out of doing this, because I've personally did it for 2 years. We've talked about it, we've rode, and we never did do anything. We knew that we could do it. It was just a matter of actually doing it. So that's just one of the things that you need to work out in your own self. Next letter on the list to flipping the bird to those miles is the letter R. R is for route. Your route is just as important as being comfortable and your bike being reliable, because without the proper route, let's just be honest, it could be the difference between 16 hours and 20 plus hours. It could be the difference between sitting in 5 o'clock, 90-degree weather in the rush hour traffic, or it could be 5 o'clock in the morning, just cruising through and not having to stop at any road construction or whatever. So make sure to kind of plan accordingly. If you guys watch my channel, you know that I'm not the route planner. I'm not the dude who you can look at and say, hey, where are we going? I look at Roy for that. Roy's the one who does all of the planning, so I can't speak for him. But what I can do is I can tell you some of the things that I actually see with riding with him for so long. One of those being, we leave early. We leave early enough to where we avoid most of this stuff. We avoid all the major heavy traffic. We avoid the heat, and we avoid tolls. Now, for some of you, I know that toll roads may be inevitable. You live in a location where that's all that's around you, and that's understandable. If you have an easy pass or something like that, that probably does help. And I also know from experience that some of your toll roads are actually better than your regular roads. There's less traffic, etc. But if you're one of those that doesn't have the easy pass or doesn't have any sort of way to roll on through, it can be very time consuming having to stop at each toll booth, however many miles they are apart, trying to dig out some hairy change, trying to hand out. Yeah, that's just an issue, so just try to avoid it. The next letter on the list to flipping the bird to those miles is the letter D. D for day. Pick a day, choose a day, find a day that works best for you. Get on your weather app, check everything out, make sure that where you planned your route that there's no major rainstorms or some kind of big windstorm or something going on to where it's going to cause you to have a bad time or slow you down or make you more tense. You don't want none of that. And also, I know I said earlier that about 5 p.m. traffic and at 90 degrees, you want to avoid that as well. Honestly, right now is the best time, around fall time, because you don't have to layer up with a bunch of clothes and you're all uncomfortable and stiff and you just can't really move, or you don't want to be so hot that you're sweating your nuts off sitting in traffic, because it's inevitably going to happen. You're going to sit in traffic. It's going to happen. So pick a day, follow that day all the way up until it's close to time to leave. If it's okay, then we need to follow up with the last and final letter. Execute, make it happen. All of these plans that we just made, make it happen. Now, I understand there's unforeseen circumstances that can pop up sometimes, but just because you're nervous or just because it's really not the right time, if you talk yourself out of it, you will constantly be talking yourself out of it. So just don't do that. Just execute it, make it happen. And that, my family and friends, is what I call flipping the bird to those long miles. I also had some questions about what I packed in my saddlebags. What do I need to pack? Well, that's not really a question that I can answer for you. Only you know what you really truly need, but I will tell you what all I packed, and maybe it will help you, maybe it won't. Now, right now, obviously I don't have my tour pack on, but when I left here, I did. And in that tour pack, you guys obviously saw that first off, I packed my camera gear. I always bring you guys along. Now, you may or may not pack camera gear. The next thing was an overnight bag. In that overnight bag, I had a pair of pants, I had some arm deodorant, I had a couple of shirts, a couple pairs of socks, a long sleeved shirt, and a hoodie. and that was all that was in the overnight bag. I wasn't planning on staying gone forever, just overnight. In my right saddle bag, always, even both bikes, I keep tools on the right side of my saddle bag. I have wrenches, I have plug kits for my tires, I have a little bit of everything in order to take apart this bike if I need to. I know it's a brand new bike and I can call Harley-Davidson and they'll come and pick it up. But sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning, Harley-Davidson ain't open, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Also, in the right side, I kept some drinks. I kept Gatorade. I had a couple of Mountain Dews and some snacks, just in case, you never know. On the left side, I kept an extra hoodie. I also had an extra coat. I had a tire inflator, a pair of battery small jumper cables, and some rock straps. So now you've completed it. Whether it's the Saddle Sore 1000, whether it's the Bun Burner 1500, whether it's the Coast to Coast in 50 hours, whatever it is, now what do? Well, you rest. Your work is done. Well, sorta. Your hard work is done. What you need to do now is just rest. Get some fluids up in you, relax. This took a lot out of you. It will take a lot out of you. So you want to replenish what this took out of you. And then the next day, maybe the next day after that, get on the IBA's website and follow through with the instructions that they tell you to, whether it's mailing it in or whether it's their online form. Yes, it seems like a lot. Yes, it seems overwhelming, but you are standing in your own way. Get out of your way. As I told you guys earlier, we, and when I say we, I mean Roy and myself, have talked about this not only to each other, but to you guys for 2 years. We've talked about this, we've rode, we've talked about it, and you know what? There's always going to be something that's going to pull you away from what you want to do. Whether it's you pulling yourself away or whether it's something else pulling you away. The main thing is you just got to make it happen. You have to execute this. And I'm just going to be honest with you. We actually made this decision. Remember 2 videos ago when I pulled in Roy's garage and we gave each other a big hug? That day, we both decided that it was going to happen this year. No ifs, ands, or buts, nothing about it. It's going to happen this year. And from the time we spoke that into existence, 1 week later, we was on the Iron Butt Challenge. We was doing the Saddle Sore 1000. Now, did everything align perfectly? Absolutely. Who would have thought at the end of August that we would have weather this beautiful? It just so happened that it worked out 1 week later. But it was going to happen this year one way or another. And the biggest thing is, you got to get out of your own way, fam. You have to, or you're never going to complete anything in life. Fam, I love each and every one of you. I hope that maybe this video helps some of you out, get you up off the couch, kind of give you a boost a little bit, just to help you realize that it really isn't that hard. It's time consuming, it's a little challenging, but it absolutely can be done. I love each and every one of you, and until next week, are you ready in there? Let's do this. Peace. I'm out.